CROBAT isn't useless. Now, CROBAT was a Pokemon that, compared to all of the others, you just never saw for Generation Jumble Season 2. And I mean like never. Toxapex absolutely sucks. Voidsire is painfully mid. But you saw them. At least someone tried testing them. You never saw CROBAT. Up until like today and yesterday. And CROBAT was one of the more popular Pokemon that people were looking forward to. You guys liked it so much, you literally voted, hey, let's give it an illegal move and Poison Jab so that it could do something. And then you just didn't use it. Now, despite that, however, I believe that CROBAT has a lot of potential. I know some other people feel the exact same way. While technically it does suffer from a really bad move pool, with Poison Jab, it is significantly better. Because just looking here, like Double Edge for the most part doesn't matter, but Haze does. Haze is huge on it. Not to mention, giving it Poison Jab is just nice in general, because with base 90 attack and 130 speed, it's incredibly fast, and honestly, it's hitting for pretty decent damage too. But Haze is by far the most important thing about it. Other moves you can probably give it, is Hyper Beam's always nice because of how high its crit rate is. But there's Confuse Ray, which I would probably put in Rest. And that's because I think CROBAT's main niche is going to be as a response to Swords Dance users. But obviously, Confuse Ray you can easily just replace with Hyper Beam. But Haze users are pretty rare. You have this Toxapex, and then I don't know if it's Vaporeon, but I think there's at least one water or ice type that has it. But they're not very good. CROBAT, on the other hand, is, or at least when it comes to like doing its job of Haze. And there is a lot of Swords Dance users in Generation Jumble. By far, the most prevalent is Iron Hands, who I consider to be in Big 5. That's right, I believe that for Generation Jumble, there's not a Big 3 of Snorlax, Chansey, and Tauros. I believe there is a Big 5, and I think it's similar to Gen 3 rather than Gen 1. And one of them, I think, is Iron Hands. And by far, the most common set for Iron Hands is Swords Dance, Earthquake, Hyper Beam, and Rest. Which, it makes sense. It makes sense for this to be the most common set out of all of them. You got an incredibly tanky Pokemon, you have Swords Dance, and Earthquake and Hyper Beam is just perfect coverage, basically. But CROBAT, at least with this set, is always able to, like, come in, Haze, it loses its attack boost, meaning it's either using a neutral, or not neutral, just a non-boosted Hyper Beam, which, to be fair, will definitely hurt. But CROBAT without a crit, I am sure it can survive. And I wouldn't even be surprised if it can survive a crit in the first place. It can't hit with Earthquake. Sure, it can go for Swords Dance, but I'm pretty sure Haze, yeah, Haze can definitely just beat that in terms of, like, just power points. And because of that, at least for this set, Iron Hands can be completely countered. And other Swords Dance users too really don't like it. Depending on the Armaldo set, because obviously Rock Slide, that kind of kills you. But some Armaldo sets don't even use it. They would rather just use Bug Bite and Earthquake and Hyper Beam. And if this is the case, then like CROBAT could theoretically wall this set too. In fact, probably even better, since Armaldo doesn't have anywhere near as high of attack. There's some other Swords Dance users too. Like, there's technically Minshao, there's Tentacruel, Venusaur. I think there's one more. Yeah, Haxorus. There's Haxorus. Haxorus you don't do as well against because Rock Slide's way more common. But as you can see here, CROBAT is kind of like Porygon, where Porygon can set or counter one set of Snorlax. But I'm going to say that comparing both of them, CROBAT I think is better than Porygon. Not as good as Walling, the specific Pokemon. However, CROBAT is just genuinely more useful on your team because of how fast it is. Keep in mind, I can also take out things like Sneasler and Armaldo. Or not Armaldo. But speaking of which, Sneasler is the other Pokemon I was thinking of. Sneasler is probably the second best Sword Stance user. And it just has an insane 120 speed. So it's Sword Stance, Poison Jab, Hyper Beam, and Well Kick. It can threaten almost everything, but not CROBAT. CROBAT here can also deal with this very easily. A critical Hyper Beam can suck, but keep in mind, even if CROBAT loses most of its health from a Hyper Beam, both Iron Hands and Sneasler need to recharge. So that just gives you the perfect opportunity to switch into any Pokemon that can handle them. You survive a Hyper Beam for either one of them, and then they are suddenly in a really bad position. CROBAT with a whole bunch of critical Poison Jabs and Hyper Beam is also pretty good. But by far the best thing CROBAT is doing is stopping a sweeper dead in its tracks, as well as just giving you lots of very good momentum. And because of how fast CROBAT is, even with low HP, I guarantee you, unless they have Jolteon, that you're going to be able to get one more turn in with this thing. You're going to be able to do something. So, that's it when it comes to CROBAT. But let me know what you think. Fortunately, that's where the easy part ends. Because, I believe I counted, I have 27 or 28 replays to react to here. This is gonna be hell. But I think it's worth it. Because I want to show you guys just how much fun there is for Generation Jumble. And it's... And I like just giving you guys just the... what's it called? The criticism. But to be honest, I think at this point these videos are more so for me. I'm not even sure how many watch the super long ones. But I would rather just make one big video rather than a whole bunch of little ones. I'll do that for the tournament, because for those, I'd rather focus on the individual matches. But for here, we're just going to react to just a big sum of them. And luckily, I think I'm a little bit more prepared this time. I have not just my big cup of water, but a little one too. So if there's ever a few seconds where you don't hear anything, just assume that's probably me taking a sip of water so that my voice doesn't die. Alright, starting off, we have Hypno versus Jinx. Except it stinks because it missed. Oh god, that is unfortunate. I know I said CROBAT was good, but that wasn't what... Oh, that's so sad. But you know what? The Jinx missed Lovely Kiss twice, so that makes up for it. You switch into Hypno. Good call, honestly. Actually, never mind. You're just garbage of the game. Jinx comes in. I guess it's gonna try to go for Lovely Kiss. Or we'll have to see. You go for another Psychic. Do you get the special drop? No, you don't. Hypno gets put to sleep. Which, yeah, you take that trade easily. Alakazam doesn't get frozen. Goes for a Seismic Toss, which does the perfect amount of damage to take out the Jinx. They go into another Chansey. Gets a special drop. Ice Beam does practically nothing. You heal off. Ice Beam is doing whatever. You're just trying to go for a freeze chance. You get the crit. That's nice. But another crit. Okay, if he doesn't heal here. Or, okay. Why did I say that? He's obviously always going to heal. 2 crits, 1 wave. Not bad. And getting the special drop definitely helps. Ooh, that's actually good thinking there. Going into the Hypno on the special drop Alakazam to potentially get some free switch turns in. You switch in the Rhydon. You don't get the paralysis. They go in the Cloyster, which eats up the Earthquake easily. Okay, I would not have expected Iron Hands. That's interesting. Maybe it has a electric move or something? But I'm not sure why you would go on the Iron Hands. That's strange. But so far, it's still anyone's game, to be honest. Going back on the Rhydon, Earthquake gets a crit, which is unfortunate. Critical Blizzard would have killed, but whatever. Going in the Alakazam. Alakazam can do a lot of damage, or it can paralyze, and paralyzing here is fine. I personally would have switched out here because I do not want to risk a Thunder Wave on my Alakazam. It still seems very viable. But another special drop forces the Chansey to switch out. It switches again, goes into the Alakazam. So the gamble paid off. You don't get the special drop, but it's fine. Cyber predicts Thunder Wave, so it just goes back into Chansey. Chansey's fully paralyzed again. Personally, I probably would just switch into Iron Hands, especially since with their team, with like Gengar, Tauros, Alakazam, Cloyster, I can't see much reason to use this. Actually, never mind. So Tina's just a better player than me. They managed to win. Good for her. Both Alakazams are paralyzed now, so now it's not as bad. But still, it's going to be another Psychic Mirror. So Tina is going for just the Seismic Tosses. Unfortunately, this Cloyster is actually looking like a big threat now. Because I think it's faster than Hypno. Yeah, it is. Just having a Tauros against that Cloyster is not good at all. Honestly, if I would have remembered that, I probably would have said that... Oh, what's it called? Oh, it's Thunderbolt Tauros. Okay, so Tina thought about this. Okay, never mind. But that explosion is really bad. Iron Hands versus Tauros. Fire Blast. Okay, that's pretty nice tech. Look at these Tauros. Both of them have pretty good tech on them. I like it. But unfortunately... Oh, never mind. Iron Hand survives. It will KO the Tauros. Or go for rest. That's also pretty good. Wait, so let's see here. So it's Body Slam, Earthquake, Fire Blast, Hyper Beam. That is interesting. I guess the thought process is it's going to... Oh, wait, this of course is going to explode, isn't it? It's definitely going to explode. Yeah, there you go. Okay, that was a nice game one. But we have a lot more replays to go to. Depending on how long this takes, I might put all of them on fast. We'll have to see. Another Hypno versus Jinx, and it's going the exact same way. That's kind of funny. Psychic, you get two of them. Cyber just gets frustrated and decides just to go for a critical Blizzard, does a lot of damage, and now you can... Or can force Cyber to go into Tauros. Yeah, that's probably fine. And to be honest, now that we know that this Tauros is on Blizzard, the Rhydon does significantly better. Going in the Crobat, use the pivot in the Iron Hands. You don't take that much from the Blizzard. You miss a Clamp, but Earthquake does about nothing. Now you're finding Clamp locked. You take this opportunity to pivot into something faster. Doesn't look like it. Okay, now you do. Go in the Crobat. And now you go in the Alakazam. Okay, I like that play. They go to Chansey. You just go into your Hypno just to block a Thunder Wave, it seems like. Going into Jinx, the Hypno wakes up, which is great news, but it's also rest, so you always knew it's going to wake up there. Cybertry going for another Blizzard. Gets the special drop. Hypno gets put to sleep, but with that special drop, this Hypno is way more likely to... Okay, never mind. Never mind. I don't know what I'm talking about, apparently. With this Tauros, it can definitely KO this Jinx. They're going to have to switch out or sacrifice the Jinx, and that's what looks like that's what they chose to do. Going back in the Alakazam, you switch it to Hypno. Do you get the special drop? No, you don't. A crit is definitely annoying, though. So Alakazam might just take you out here. Okay, Hypno finally wakes up. This might be... Never mind, just a crit. Another Alakazam mirror. And Cyber chooses to just let their Chansey take all the hits instead of wasting their own Alakazam, which I would say is a pretty good strategy. Looks like he's trying to go for a freeze, which is... Wow, another crit in a row. That's... Okay, that's huge. Does he get a third? No, he doesn't. The Chansey gets fully paralyzed. Okay, Cyber chooses to switch out. Maybe use Chansey as a pivot later, such as right now. They go with the CROBAT, but it gets paralyzed. But with the special jump, maybe it's fine. Gengar, unfortunately, is probably going to take out this CROBAT, which is unfortunate. I swear I will probably have a replay where you see CROBAT's worth. But this time Sotina calls out the Cloister Switch and goes for a Rock Slide. Iron Hands is probably going to get taken out here. So now you have your Tauros with Thunderbolt, we already know. Thunderbolt does nothing to Alakazam, unfortunately. You switch into your own Alakazam, as it's your only choice left. They go to Chansey. You heal. Okay, that's smart. Chansey gets taken out. Switch into Cloister, yeah. And you can Clamp Lock, and this might be very ugly. So let's just put this in Hyper Fast. Switching in the Rhydon was very risky there. Okay, looks like with Poison Jab, the Gengar managed to win. And Alakazam... Oh, looks like it's going down to a Tauros Mirror. Okay, this is interesting. Fire Blast, if it gets the burn, might be able to get... Oh. Oh, shit. Okay, 2 crits in a row. That second one definitely mattered. So Tina wins game 2. Okay, let's see here. Let's see who wins game 3. This should always be fun. Jolteon lead versus Hypno. Both just decide to paralyze each other. I guess you didn't want to risk. Well, if you had Rhydon, then why would you allow your Hypno to get paralyzed in the first place? I don't get that. But Earthquake being a 2-hit KO on Goodra is interesting. It looks like this Goodra does not have Blizzard, it seems like. Which is surprising, because I would think that's Goodra's most popular move. But I guess Blizzard and Dragon Claw are kind of doing the same thing. But I definitely think Rhydon probably could have survived that. And if Rhydon survived that, he could have just 2-hit KO'd. But still, this is anyone's game. And a critical Psychic is always appreciated. Goodra has to go for rest, even though this Hypno is fully paralyzed. You go into Tauros. Tauros can definitely get some good hits in with Blizzard or with Body Slam. Both can work. Go for another Blizzard. Does a lot of damage, but not enough. Dragon Claw does it just sort of math damage. A critical Body Slam is nice. This Jolteon is just out of the game now. Going into Naganadel. CROBAT can outspeed. Does it get burned? No, it doesn't. So you go for Confuse Ray, just annoying this Naganadel. It survives a Thunderbolt. You go into Iron Hands. They go into Rhydon. You just take the opportunity to go for Sword Stance. But Earthquake does do a lot to you, unfortunately. And your own Earthquake is not enough. You go back into Tauros. And now they're just in a very dangerous spot. Do you use the CROBAT just to sack something? No, you just let your Tauros get paralyzed. You have Thunderbolt, but it doesn't do that much. A good chance Body Slam does more. But I guess you take out the Starmie, so it's probably worth it. Rhydon get Revenge Kill here very easily, but you have Alakazam. And now, Cyber's team is just in a lot of trouble. Because a lot of things are just very low with health now, which means the Alakazam could just finish it off easily. Goodra gets taken out. The Naganadel might be able to finish off there, but I'm not sure. You sack off the CROBAT. You go into Rhydon, mostly healthy. Going into the... What? I don't get that at all. Why would you go into the Naganadel? I guess you would just want to chip damage on the Rhydon, but... I don't know. Alakazam gets taken out. Just a paralyzed Hypno. So Cyber does win game 3. GG. Both played well. And I guess that the Naganadel play worked out. So I guess you wanted to just take some damage on the Rhydon. I guess you valued Tauros as your late game cleaner more than the Naganadel. It worked out. So I guess Cyber knew something that I didn't. So I don't have any complaints there. Or criticisms. That's probably a better word. But we have Zachantheus versus Zastui. We have Galvantula versus Chansey. Zastui gets the sink off, but I think you can definitely survive Galvantula of all things being put to sleep. Rock Slide does a lot of damage though. Armado's Earthquake will not be enough, but it will be a lot of good chip though. So at the very least, this Rhydon is probably dead to something else, such as Haxorus Earthquake. So you're trading the rock types basically, and I think that's fair. You go for Swords Dance, they're fully paralyzed. Suddenly this Haxorus is looking extremely threatening. You go to Tauros, but there's a lot of things that don't want to take this Haxorus right now. Tauros takes huge damage from the Earthquake. A critical body slam does kill Galvantula, so I guess Zachantheus was right not to pivot there. And I felt like that. I guess you're trying to fish out for Earthquakes, but I think Iron Hands could have just easily taken it out though. Yeah, especially with low kick. But not a big deal. Going to Chansey for Gengar. Doesn't get the special drop. But a critical poison jab will do a lot of damage. But you do get to paralyze the Gengar, so that's good. You can heal. Gengar's fully paralyzed. Going for Psychic, which does I think that's like a third or a fourth. The confusion doesn't seem to work out for you, so this Gengar is probably going to be taken out, assuming no confusion. The Chansey gets paralyzed, so that's unfortunate. Gengar explodes. That's, you hate to see it. Alakazam versus Rhydon and Iron Hands, but the Alakazam has Reflect. Yeah, I think we know who wins this. Is that just another Pokemon too that we don't know about? Oh. Okay, how the hell did that happen? So, Rhydon crit twice in a row? All I have to say is damn. Alright, let's see these two go up again. Jolteon versus Galvantula. You switch out your Jolteon because you don't want to get paralyzed. Galvantula gets a free Thunder Wave and a free critical Bug Bite, which does a lot of damage actually. Going for Thunder. Okay, that's interesting, but I like it. You can see that like a critical Bug Bite does about the same. Hey, does a critical Bug Bite here happen? No, it doesn't. But not a big deal. You're just trying to fish for those Bug Bites, because you might as well. Chansey isn't really doing anything to you. You're both fully paralyzed. Again, it looks like. Chansey gets an Ice Beam, which is unfortunate. Going for another Bug Bite. I think since they have Jolteon, it's probably worth just saving your Jolteon. But that's on me. I think this Chansey can probably win most of the time 1v1. You go into Armaldo. And staying on a paralyzed Chansey definitely helps. They have Lapras, that's probably a big issue. Especially when it has Surf. You go for Rock Slide, but it doesn't do enough. Just a 2 KO, barely. You go into Chansey. The Chansey gets confused, that's annoying. Okay, let's see what happens now. Oh, actually, yeah, this is good. Going into Chansey, since you can probably heal off the other Chansey. Unless you get fully paralyzed. That's dammer. No special drops, which is definitely annoying. You wish you can get at least some. Because this Chansey now got a chance to heal up again. But also, this Zastrui's Chansey is just looking more threatening since it can put the other Chansey to freeze. We're going to see if Zastrui gets lucky or not. But we're going to put this in hyper fast because, again, I have like over 20 replays. Special drop, it seems like. But you're not switching out, which makes sense. Do they get the freeze? We're going to, let's see. We're on turn 32, and we still have the two Chanseys out. But, oh, like, that paralysis luck in a row is definitely unfortunate. Jolteon gets paralyzed, which is also really bad. Goes into Armaldo. I guess you're just going to use that as a sack, which is probably fine. Crit mattered. Oh, fuck, yeah, that's really bad for Zastui, especially when Rock Slide misses. Surf, Chansey eats pretty easily. Without the chance he's confused again, which is definitely annoying. Surf, it is whatever. A critical surf does decent. Chip. Especially when the Chansey's being hit in confusion. But the confusion ends. Chansey gets a soft boiled. You confuse it again, but at this point it's probably best just to switch out. That Lapras being paralyzed is actually huge because now Rhydon can probably kill it off. Going for another confusion. You definitely can't switch in the Rhydon, but the first chance you get, you definitely try to go for it. Wizard does, whatever, damage. This Chansey can probably win. Psychic does in fact get the special drop. You have a free chance to heal. Zastroi's still insistent on stinking with the Lapras though. Chansey misses a Psychic. That's unfortunate. Probably could have done great damage to this Iron Hands. Chansey paralyzes the Iron Hands. But unfortunately, Chansey does lose the speed tie. But now Haxorus is just looking absolutely terrifying. It takes Earthquake easily. But Iron Hands is such a beast that it can survive Earthquake. But now what? Okay, that's what you do. That's a pretty solid answer. Hyper Beam almost kills it. Zastroi just goes for the kill first. Doesn't heal. They go into their own Rhydon. Now you heal. Earthquake or Body Slam. Going for the paralysis. He gets it. That's huge. Ooh, I think Zacanthias might be able to win here. It depends on what Zastroi's last Pokemon is. Lapras, it's taking too much damage from earlier on. The last Pokemon is Gengar. Not what you want to see against a Rhydon. Okay, looks like Zacanthias has won this game pretty definitively. Okay, I can't say definitively when you have most of your team taken out. But still, that was a good game. Looks like these guys have a third one. That should be fun. Galvantula versus Jolteon. I'll just put this back on fast. This time, Zacanthias doesn't waste their Galvantula. They go into it immediately. Rock Slide does a lot of damage to Lapras. Okay, it manages to finish off the Lapras, so already this is a very different game. Rhydon is just so much more threatening, especially when you get a critical Body Slam, or Earthquake, I mean. And Sneasel also gets taken out. This looks like it'll be over very fast. The confusion does in fact seem to work there. Psychic does not get the KO, but Rhydon hits some of the confusion again. But this Rhydon's already taken out 3 Pokemon. It has done its job. And Armaldo gets fully paralyzed. But even then, I would say Zacanthias is definitely in a much better position. Although with the Rhydon dead, this Jolteon may be able to do a lot more. But with the Gengar paralyzed, that sucks. Electro up too, just seeing if they switch out. Going for Thunder, which doesn't really do that much, but it gives you the decent chip to just Gengar. Haxorus can come in, finish off. All you have left is Alakazam. Earthquake doesn't do a lot of damage. You switch out. Let's see what he does. No, he stays in. Earthquake. This doesn't kill. You go for Hyper Beam. Doesn't look like it. This Alakazam is going to be very hard to kill. But Chansey will definitely annoy it. That's for sure. But we're just going to put this in Hyper Fast for now. See, until like something else changes. Going into Jolteon, but I don't think that makes too much of a difference. Jolteon gets paralyzed, so whatever this last Pokemon is. Okay, Iron Hands, interesting. Yeah, Hyper Beam was in fact enough to kill there. So yeah, Zacanthias has won again. Now we have Zastroi versus Jifane. I'm so bad at pronouncing guys' names. I'm sorry, you gotta be patient with me. We have Chansey versus Galvantula. Okay, that's nice. The Galvantula gets put to sleep. That's a bummer. And this is like the exact same team as Zacanthias. Like, I know it's not actually, because I guarantee you this is a mono bug team, but it's basically the same thing, just from the 2 Pokemon at the beginning. Looks like you don't have Hyper Beam, otherwise you probably would have used it there. Doesn't matter too much though, because this Armaldo definitely put in a lot of work. That is for sure. Going for Acid Armor on Gudra, that's pretty neat. I haven't seen that tech before, but I like it. Unfortunately, Galvantula was still not waking up. But to be fair, this Gudra wasn't a big threat until it was. Once the Galvantula was taken out, you go in the Venomoth, just putting the Gudra to sleep. Don't have anything better to do. So you might as well just try to go for those special drops, which you might be able to take out the Gudra eventually. The special drop definitely helps, and the Gudra is in fact taken out. The Gonadel easily outspeeds, gets a critical Fire Blast. Just in general, the Gonadel is looking really threatening, but a critical super effective attack order is enough to kill the both the Starmie and the Gonadel. Okay, you gotta fear the power of Vespiquen. It is powerful. Yanmega survives, hits Psychic, which is an OHKO. First time Yanmega ever did anything. And will never do anything again, apparently. I have up to Scyther, who cannot do crap to Rhydon. So Zastui has 1. Okay. For a Bug team, that did a lot better than I thought. When I see a Sneasel and a Gonadel on the team with Rhydon. Now we have Zachantheus versus Cyber. This should be interesting. Cyber once again misses another freaking Lovely Kiss. What is going on? Going to Chansey, going to a Chansey Mirror. We're just going to speed this up because we're probably going to see a lot of these, as well as a lot of... What's it called? A lot of Psychic Mirrors as well. Zachantheus tries to go for the Bug Bite, but at this point, maybe... Oh, what's it called? Thunderbolt would have done more because of the special drop. Not entirely sure. Galvantula survives a Fire Blast, though. That's pretty cool. Hits a Thunder, gets a lot of damage. This Tauros is definitely getting revenge killed by Haxorus. You go in the Lapras. Earthquake does some damage. Do you stay in? Do you have Rock Slide? I guess we don't know. We have Blizzard. Gets a crit. You go in the Tauros just a second off. Unless the Chansey is fully paralyzed, then you just get a KO. Because it is, in fact, still a Tauros. Showing Thunderbolt just to make the freaking Lapras a little bit scared. Now you just have Iron Hands, switches into Salamence, who easily tanks that low kick. Probably has Rock Slide. Or by Earthquake, I mean. You probably have a Hydro Pump too, so I don't think that was a big deal there. And I feel like, okay, just going for a bird, that's probably for the best. Rock Slide does not get a kill. You go for, oh, okay, that is unfortunate. You don't survive the second Rock Slide. Go in the Lapras, but Rock Slide will definitely hurt you a lot. But it's not enough. So Blizzard kills, but I think the Gonadel just sweeps from here. You have Chansey still, but this Gonadel is still looking very threatening. If it gets a critical Hyper Beam, it's over. And not sure why you don't switch into Iron Hands. Gonna be real. But it doesn't really matter too much. A full Paralysis definitely is a big deal though. Going for Dragon Pulse. A Gengar can survive a crit. That's big. You don't get the special drop though, which is annoying. You just go back into Chansey. Hyper Beam does not kill. You heal. And you go for Paralysis. Okay, so now I guess the Gengar can do something. You heal again. Low kick misses. You go for Reflect. That's actually a pretty big deal. But you're not going to do a lot of damage to the Iron Hands. So let's put this on fast. Let's see how this works out. But I think Cyber DJ probably wins this. If I had to assume. But it could be anyone's game, really. Psychic does not do enough damage, unfortunately, but you do get a full Paralysis. So Cyber probably does win this here. And of course, he wins with his signature explosion. Alright, we have another one with Zachantheus. Zachantheus has been doing mostly pretty good so far. He wants to Cyber DJ, but other than that, it's been fine. But he's garbage and moves to this Galvantula mirror. How can you be such an absolute buffoon? But it's a good thing that he does have Slash for the mirror, though, of Galvantula. it's pretty good. Misses a Rock Slide, goes for Bug Bite, does nothing. You're staying in for some reason. I guess you are using Mono Bug. It's almost like you shouldn't be doing that. Isn't that weird? Man, what are the odds that Mono Bug isn't good in this format? You put the right on the sweep. Thank God, Rock Slide probably would have killed you. And even 2 Psychics is enough to kill the right on. Bug Bite does nothing to Chansey. You paralyze it. I'm just gonna have this entire match on fast, because I think there's actually gonna be a lot of Mono Bug replays. Vespiquen is a good switch in though. Attack Order is enough to finish off the Chansey. Going the Haxorus, Attack Order once again does a lot of damage, but Rock Slide does kill the Vespiquen. Really bad, that was probably one of your better options, especially when Scyther doesn't do enough damage to kill the Haxorus. You go into Armaldo, but that's going to take a lot of damage too. This is why you can't use Mono Bug, because I don't need to explain it. It is self-explanatory. So yeah, GG. That Fire Blast missing is annoying, but not a big deal. Even that special drop you don't really care too much, because you have the rest of your team. Finishing off with Galvantula, which was that? I don't think that was super effective, but I don't know. And here okay, this is cool. We have someone new, La Viva Resistance, and that is, I think that's the ground type Miku trainer. I didn't know you can actually use that. Okay, let's see how this goes. We have Lead Executor versus Lead Starmie. We're not using bugs anymore, so that's great. The Starmie gets put to sleep, that's huge. You go into Zapdos just to paralyze the Goodra. A critical Ice Beam does a lot of damage though. I'm not sure if Blizzard would have been enough to kill. Zapdos gets taken out. You go into Alakazam. Zapdos, Goodra, and Hands are on every team. Goodra isn't though. Not really. It doesn't really matter. The Goodra is gonna have to switch. And even Chansey isn't super ecstatic about switching into Psychics. You go into Executor just to eat the Thunder Wave. And you could go for Explosion. Okay, now you're just in a really dominant, not only a dominant position, but now you can go for Swords Dance. Do you go for a second one? Yes, you do. Okay, this is looking very, very terrifyingly. Iron Hands can still survive though. Misses a Thunder. That is so unfortunate. And we're going to see if that cost him the game or not. Going into Tauros. Low kick. Gets a crit. And I think that crit actually saved him. Holy crap, it definitely did. Alakazam can still revenge kill, but you have Chansey. So, do we have a mirror between these two? Or it's not a mirror, but I don't know what else to call this. A stalemate? Going into Vespiquen. You go for Soft Boil, or wait, not the Soft Boil, Defend Order. Not sure. A full crit is, or full paralysis is huge. Vespiquen gets the kill. Going into Tauros. You just go into your Alakazam just to eat the Blizzard. And even with a crit, doesn't really do that much. Going into Gengar, okay, that was very well executed. I like it. Gengar wins Speed Tie. Going into Snorlax. Why is there so much Confuse Ray? Like, why is that? Like, you can use Psychic, but Snorlax doesn't really care that much. You're probably gonna go for another Confuse Ray, but, like, what's that gonna do? A Confusion ends once again, going for another Amnesia. Going for Confuse Ray here, I just don't really get the point. Okay, just trying to, I don't get it. Wizard barely doesn't kill, though. Looks like they don't have, what's it called? Okay, looks like Leave of Resistance might be able to finish this off. Gengar will go for a Confuse Ray again. So it's just going to be Vespiquen versus the world. Most likely. Vespiquen can kill here with a crit. We'll have to see if she gets it. She does in fact get it. So now you have Goodra, which is faster. Thunderbolt does not get the kill. So it's just Starmie versus... Oh, that's like the worst feeling in the world, where they wake up just in time. I did get Gen 1 bullshitted, or did the Vespiquen outspeed? Wait. Wait, at what point are they talking about, though? It doesn't really matter. I think they did pretty good for their first game, though, in my opinion. Let's see how Game 2 goes. It's Viva Resistance versus Zack and Theus. Or, what did they say in chat? I'm curious. We'll let people fill her in a sec. Go look, have fun, by the way. How about my mommy? Wait, no, you're not having sex with her. Shut the fuck. What? Where did this come from? Oh, that's Zastroi's thing, not mine. That's true. But also, Zastroi's kind of unbased for that. You don't get the critical hit with Buglight, unfortunately. But I do respect trying to go for it. Do you end up by paralyzing? No, you don't. Chansey gets another soft-boiled heal. Going for Electro Web. My guess is that you have Iron Hands in the back. Yes, you do. Do you have Well Kick? Yes, you do. A critical hit does do good damage, but you're not going to get a good hit with outside. Or, that's okay, actually. Hyper Beam does not get the kill. This Starmie will have a free chance to either kill this Iron Hands or get healing in. It chose to go for offenses. I can respect it. You let this Starmie get paralyzed here. You go into your Tauros. Kinda risky, but we'll see if this pays out. Okay, that is a critical body slam. If you went for Hyper Beam, that would have. I'm just gonna assume they just don't know the damage ranges by heart. Oh my, that is so unfortunate to see. Chansey gets healed. You go for Body Slam. You don't get the crit. You go into Iron Hands. Psychic is gonna do good damage. You get another Psychic off. You hit the Low Kick. No, you just go for Sword Stance. You have to switch out because you have no other choices. This Chansey is very threatening. And Starlax, okay, you have to resort to Self-Destruct, which is not good, but I've seen worse situations. Chansey can probably kill this Iron Hands, most likely. You just finish it off, you don't heal. They go into Naganadel, which definitely can revenge kill you with Hyper Beam. They go to their Tauros. I think okay, I didn't think it would be that close. Okay, oh no. I feel so bad because this is someone new as well. You go into Starmie. You don't get the crit. So they can go for a Blizzard, which doesn't kill you either. But you do get the freeze, so it might as well. You go on the Haxorus, which can easily revenge kill this Starmie. And with just Gudra and Iron Hands in the back, yeah, I think Zack and Theus has this. Then the red. I have no idea what's going on in chat. But I'm going through these replays a lot faster than normal. Now we have Zastrui versus Minori. The lead. Oh god, not this again. God damn it. Okay, this is a lead Toxic Spikes. A critical Earthquake definitely was nice there, but you don't get it again. So Chansey can die, apparently. I guess Zastrui is the greatest person ever lived. If this Gudra doesn't kill, or you go for rest, that can also work. Going into Chansey, it's not poisoned. You go for Psychic, don't get the special drop. Going into Sneasler is the very obvious play. Well Kick or Sword Stance here. Looks like you go for Sword Stance. Okay, that's good. Poison Jab does not do enough. Hyper Beam would have. But now this Starmie has to choose between healing or finishing off the Sneasler. And yeah, I think that was the right call, just taking it out. You go into Slowbro. This is suddenly looking very scary for Zastrui. Going to Naganadel, which eats up the Toxic Spikes. Surf is resisted. Do you have any other moves? Yeah, Blizzard, which does kill. Okay, the Slowbro is still in. Chansey puts Slowbro to sleep. Wakes up immediately. Goes for another Sing. Misses. Going for rest. Okay. I guess you're trying to see what else this Chansey has. Seismic Toss is probably the worst move we can have, not counting Thunderbolt, which is uncommon. So, let's see how this goes. I'll put this on hyper fast, because this might be pretty stally. Switching in the Cloister. Going for Clamp. Keep going for Clamp, switching into your own Starmie. You lose the speed tie, unfortunately, but you have Thunder. That's spicy tech. So let's see how this goes. I guess your idea is Clamp locking with poison damage and chip, but as you can see here, it's just not very good. Not at all. But we'll see how this goes. This might take a little bit, though. I'm just gonna say, if you think these replays are interesting, you should definitely join the Discord server. Sign-ups for my tournament are still happening. It looks like something new is finally going on. We'll put this on normal. Rhydon does not get the kill on Starmie, but Starmie gets the kill on Rhydon. All you have left is a Sneasler and a Goodra, it seems like. You get a free chance to go for Swords Dance. This is very scary if you're Minnery. Going into Cloister, you go for a second Swords Dance. Does low kick kill? You get the crit, so obviously. Hyper Beam does kill, so I think Zastro has just won the game. Sneasler is such a powerful Pokemon. Yeah, there we go. GG. But yeah, join the Discord server if you want to play in these games. We have a tournament you can sign up for, and you have till April 2nd. Now we have Lead Galvantula versus Hypno. You get the crit, but it's not enough damage. But luckily, all it does is paralyze you. You go for another Bug Bite. Iron Hands eats it up. It goes for a free Sword Stance. You try to paralyze it. So now you just go for Thunder. Okay. Earthquake does kill the Galvantula. You go to Naganadel. But this thing is not... You can't burn it. So I don't know what the thought process was here. Now you just lost 2 Pokemon. Haxorus comes in. It can Revenge Kill with Earthquake. But you've already lost Naganadel, which is very valuable. You go into Chansey. Do you get the Freeze? Doesn't look like it. You switch out. You go into Iron Hands. Really... Okay, looks like you got lucky there, but that could have been really bad. Go into Alakazam. Go into Chansey. I am prepared to put this on Hyperfast if I need to. It looks like I might need to. Yep, here we go. We see a lot of these already, so I don't think anyone cares too much that I skip it. We have CROBAT again. Okay. But this time CROBAT looks like it's doing more. Poison Jab gets a crit, does a lot of damage, and Haxorus hits up in Confusion. You go for Poison Jab, which does in fact kill. Going into Rhydon. And this CROBAT's selfie not doing much other than this, so you might as well just go for Confuse Ray. Switching to Alakazam, the confusion ends, which is unfortunate. Especially since his Rhydon will definitely outspeed. Going to Tauros, you get the Blizzard. It does. Ooh, that is tech. Okay, Fire Blast Rhydon's interesting. Last but not least is Iron Hands, which kills the Tauros. You still have CROBAT in the back. Let's see what it can do against Iron Hands. Does Iron Hands have any moves that can use against it? If not, with Poison Chip, you can definitely finish this off. Okay, he has Thunder. Good to know. Just going for Poison Jab. Okay. You don't get the Paralysis with Thunder. Iron Hands goes for Rest. You go in the Rhydon, though. Okay, now I see what you were trying to do. This is... Oh, this isn't good. You have Low Kick. Do you get the Flinch? No, you don't. So Sotina wins the game. Okay, GG. And yeah, CROBAT did actually manage to pull its weight there, at least. So let's see what else we got. Galvantula versus Hypno again. Do you get the crit? Yes, you do. But this time the Galvantula does get paralyzed, which I think it did last turn as well. I'm pretty sure this is a different replay. Sometimes it's hard to tell when it's like almost the exact same place at the beginning. Go into Alakazam. Do you switch into... No, you don't. You just paralyze each other. That's a fine trade, I would say. Go back into Hypno. You're fully paralyzed. Does this Hypno go for Rest? Yes, it does. However, you definitely don't feel safe with Galvantula there, threatening Bug Bite. Going the right on, calling the switch. Alright, I like it. Earthquake's going to do a lot of damage. You go in the CROBAT, going for Body Slam. And this CROBAT could be killed by Rock Slide here. Let's see. Oh no, Zachantheus just predicts a switch, which is fair. But this time it does hit itself in confusion. Going to Galvantula, which is interesting. A critical blizzard does a lot of damage though. And Body Slam will finish you off, especially with that crit. Going in the Alakazam, do you try to paralyze here? No, you go for counter, alright. That was cool. Not enough to kill the Tauros, but still pretty cool. Going for Thunder is risky. But still, looks like it paid off. Going back in the Rhydon. Do you just go for Earthquake? Yeah, probably for the best. Do you go for Rock Slide predicting CROBAT? No, but it doesn't really matter too much. You have CROBAT here. It's going to go for Confuse Ray. But you will get the Rock Slide. Does finish off the CROBAT. Rhydon will be switched in. It will do a lot of... Or actually, not even that much, the Axorus. I expected more. Goes for Substitute. That's pretty neat. Probably won't help you too much. The Haxorus is faster here, so yeah, the Rhydon does get taken out. Iron Hands will definitely finish off this Haxorus. But now you have, like, you still have the Rhydon, which is able to... Okay, that's kind of big. I forget this Alakazam was paralyzed or not. It is. So, still, that's good damage in. But I think Zach wins this. Okay, so there's game 2. Let's see, what else we got? This should be fun. Assuming similar leads. Okay, this time is Galvantula Mirror. Okay, going for Slash. And if this Galvantula gets... Depending on the paralysis luck, that depends who wins this. Slash would do the best amount of damage you could do to an Iron Hands, unfortunately. You paralyze it. And do you sack your Galvantula here? Looks like you're trying to do as much damage as possible. I can understand that. And it's working decently far for you so far. You go for another Swords Dance. I take it that means you have Rest. Yes, you do. This Iron Hands is now just super, super, super threatening. And it's very bulky and can heal. So what does Zachantheus do? We're gonna find out together. Okay, all those Swords Dance just for him to have Alakazam. This is why you should probably save your Swords Dance towards the end. Swords Dance is a good tool for finishing off games when everything's super low. But you shouldn't ever get greedy at the beginning. Going for Fire Blast when it's... Oh, I guess they had to end for something. Oh, I only have one move on a mint. Okay, that's funny. They're gonna start again. Let's see how this goes this time. We're gonna skip a little bit, just so we can get back to where we were originally. Let's see how that goes. Going back in the Gudra. We're almost back to where we were originally. Some things are kind of changing, but not a big change, I guess. Also, Sotina with 2 dragons and 2 electrics is interesting. And the... Wait, let's take a few turns back. Wait, what the hell? So Salamence barely survives a Ice Beam. Goes in the Alakazam. It can outspeed the Alakazam because it's paralyzed. You go into Rhydon. You go for Hydro Pump, which I would be shocked if it wasn't a guaranteed KO. You go for Earthquake. That gets a crit. Doesn't kill the Iron Hands, but you've taken a lot of damage. You go into Naganadel, which could probably clean up. I don't know. It doesn't really matter, though. Sotina definitely won this game. Because of that badass Salamence sweep. You gotta love to see it. So we're getting through these replays a lot faster than I thought. We're a little bit past the halfway point at this point. So that's pretty nice. Alright. I say alright a lot, don't I? I'm just sort of thinking about that right now. I should probably stop. But whenever I don't know what to say, I just usually resort to just alright. The Gonadel finishes off the Chansey. And now we just have the Gonadel versus Chansey where either one can win. And it was Sultina. Go and see what they were saying in chat. I could pull Psychic or spam Psychic, but I wasn't risking Paraluck. I don't know the range beam on Chansey. Neither do I, but you've got a good crit rate. Oof, that's a lot. I don't know the range either by heart. I'm pretty sure Hyper Beam is like a 38 to 40 something percent, if I remember correctly. This time we have Myrox, who has finally, actually no, I think he's still playing Monobug. But he will eventually not. You'll see later on today. Myrox decided to just go for Paralysis trade, going for a Megalon. I think the name was misspelled, but whatever. Earthquake does a lot of damage to the Rhydon, but I think Rock Slide does not kill. Okay, maybe we're actually cooking here. Going in the CROBAT. CROBAT, unironically, is a big threat. The only thing it really cares about is probably Galvantula, now that Armaldo is dead. So, Iron Hands could just set up Sword Stance, and this is a bug team, so... Oh yeah, this is not going to go well. But Iron Hands will take a lot of confusion damage. And actually, because of... Wait. That's a Vespiquen that said Smash. I'm going to take a picture of this, and I'm going to ask Myrox what the heck did he mean by this. Okay, I guess I'm going to continue the replay now. But, what the hell? Vespiquen can probably get a KO there, unless you don't get the... Okay, that's unfortunate. Okay, now you kill it. But now I'm going to DM Myrox, because what the frick did I just see? What did you mean by this? As I send a picture... Looks like Tauros got taken out. That's pretty big. Poison Jab is enough to KO the Vespiquen. And, okay, you switch out. I guess you're predicting another switch. A critical Poison Jab is not enough to kill you. But still. You take out the Pincer. You use another Poison Jab. You don't get the KO. CROBAT gets paralyzed, which is definitely huge. Thunderbolt is not a KO. So you can finish off the Galvantula at least. That thing is called Groundback IRL. Well, I see Myers is trying to get greedy with a stat Omni Boost. Doesn't get it. And now you're just kind of screwed, it looks like. Golisopod can definitely take on the Alakazam, though. That thing's called Also Smash. God damn it. Okay, that substitute saved him from a crit. That's big. The paralysis is unfortunate, though. Bug Bite will do a lot of damage. Most of Alakazam's health, in fact. But it gets taken out. GG. Alright, let's see what else they got cooking here. Now we have Galvantula versus Raichu. The thing that is not me is gonna be taken out pretty easily. Misses the Hypnosis because it sucks. Going in the Pincer, that's interesting. Okay, I don't know what to just sit there. I think I was trying to say interesting. But Thunderbolt does decent damage. Body Slam is not getting the paralysis, unfortunately. Do you go for Hyper Beam here? No, you go for Rest. That's probably even better, not gonna lie. And you should probably just switch into Galvantula, to be honest. Because that's why. Yeah. Going to Armaldo, even with the Reflect, I think this thing can definitely take on the Raichu. You can go for a Sword Stance too. You are going to take a lot of damage, and you are paralyzed. So you're probably getting Revenge Code after this. Which is actually pretty bad, since, yeah, Sultina has, like, most of her team left. This is actually going really bad really fast. You go into Galvantula. I'm just going to predict that Sultina's winning this. Because I don't see how you make a comeback when your team's basically the same. Well, I guess we'll find out. Okay, there goes that. You go for substitute, going for Swords Dance. Oh, the one Pokemon that can... Oh, that's actually kind of funny. Okay, going for Slash. The Galvantula is probably going to be taken out here. Yeah, there we go. That's GG. GG, well, that was my French theme then. Wait. Oh god, they're speaking some sort of alien language to me. This is so unfortunate. Especially since I'm pretty sure that alien language is French, which is even worse. Alright, this time we have another match between these two. Galvantula with Tentacruel as a lead. Interesting. Going in the Golem. You switch in the Pinsir. Does this have submission, or are you just trying to pivot? We'll have to find out together. But this Pinsir is definitely going to be taken out here. Now you go into your Golisopod. You can definitely get a guaranteed KO with Surf. You're probably going to switch into, go back into... God damn it. Actually, since there's no poison types on Myarx's team, those toxic spikes are just permanent. Oh, that is so funny. You have Cloyster, which will kill with Blizzard. Crit probably didn't matter. Going to Galvantula. Or, sorry, I mean Man Spider. Oh, that's interesting. So, Toxic Spikes always just changes to Poison. That's good to know. Okay, Armaldo does not get the kill on Golem. Wait, what am I doing? It's pretty obvious who's gonna win this. Dragonite, that's something. Okay, you just have Golem, we can just... Yeah, this is whatever. Like, I don't know what else to say. When you use Modern Bug, you have weaknesses. And it's hard to beat them. Okay, we have some more games with Funny Man. That's nice, haven't seen a lot of them. Hypno Lead again, not gonna lie, I'm getting really tired of seeing this thing. So, because I do not like Hypno, we're gonna put on Hyper Fast until it leaves the screen. Which hopefully it's soon. I really hope it's soon. But so far it's doing well, unfortunately. We finally have Rhydon. Earthquake, it's super effective. Rhydon gets some Earthquake damage in, looks like it does a third. Blizzard gets a crit. You kill the Rhydon. Tauros Mirror, but obviously one of you has a much better advantage. Going for Fire Blast, you don't get the burn, which is unfortunate. But now you can just go into Armaldo. Armaldo can tank this Tauros pretty easily. But it's going to be hard going for Swords Dance. Body Slam, you don't get the crit. They go for Earthquake, does a lot of damage. They go for Blizzard. You can finish off the Tauros. And with half health, you are at least somewhat alright. Not so much against Alakazam, though. But you theoretically could have been in a damage range there. Oh god, not this guy again. We're just gonna move along. Zapdos is gonna do horrible against his Iron Hands. You're actually in a really bad spot right now. Yeah, I think this Iron Hands just did most of the work. They go back in the Crobat. It's gonna be... Okay, that's gonna be annoying. Can the Crobat actually kill the Iron Hands? Looks like it. And looks like it'll probably kill the Chansey as well. So there we go. Alright, next off. We have another game between these two. This should be fun. Executor Lead versus Iron Hands. That's not good. You have Starmie. It won't go for a crit. So the Executor will keep missing its moves. That's unfortunate. Forced to go into Cloyster just to tank the Blizzard. You stay in. Do you go for Explosion? No, you just go for Clamp. That makes sense. You switch to Alakazam. Okay. They go to Chansey. It looks like we have another mirror between these guys. I keep saying mirror. I know that's not what it is. I know. The Zappening. I like that nickname a lot. A Cloister explodes there. Executor also explodes. Tauros gets taken out. You go with Golem. You have Armaldo. I think this is probably going to be Sotina with Naganadel, but I don't know for sure. Okay, yeah, definitely. Oh, Gengar also helps with Explosion. Okay, that was a nice game. We're getting close to the end. I have no idea how long this video is. And here, we have another game with Vivo Resistance versus another newcomer, Shelly Yu-Gi-Oh! If you're in Saku's domain, if you're in the server, you guys already know who this is. I'm not gonna give you any information about them. All you need to know is that they have a reputation. And that is the best and both worst way I can put it. Okay, definitely not the worst way. Not by a landslide or a mile or whatever. But if you want to know anything about Shelly, you're gonna have to join the Discord yourself. Lamau Kek W. I don't know why I just said that. That was really dumb. But luckily I helped Shelly. One thing I'll tell you about this match though is that they wanted a bug team just like Myrox. But unlike Myrox, who I tried adding some non-bugs in to help his team be more balanced, he was like, no, that sucks. I actually did the same thing with Shelly, and he agreed. So Shelly is using my team, and yeah, it's not that bad. Unfortunately, the Starmie does KO the Galvantula, but the Starmie is in a really bad range, where anything can kill it really. Except for that exactly. But still, now you go into Iron Hands, you go for another Bug Bite. I think you're probably just going to go for Earthquake here. Yes you are. But unfortunately, Iron Hands tanks it very, very well. But you can Revenge Kill at the very least, so that's fine. You go to Tauros. This obviously can finish off the Iron Hands very easily. Yeah, Vespiquen. Blizzard does about half. And you might be able to finish off. But going the right on also doesn't hurt. Switching the Goodra. Rock Slide with Earthquake. Or wait, Rock Slide. I can't talk right now, I'm sorry. But the Rhydon does get the KO. That's pretty big. Gengar can Revenge Kill here. That's a little bit unfortunate. You go into your Tauros. Earthquake is going to do some damage. They miss Hypnosis. And they lose the speed tie, so Gengar does get taken out. They have Armaldo. This is... honestly, these matches can go either way. Tauros gets like some hits in though. That's good. Bug Bite doesn't do that much. Body Slam gets a crit. That's big. And you go for Hyper Beam? That might have killed, but I don't know for sure. Either way though, Tauros does win this exchange. Vespiquen can definitely survive. It goes with the Defend order. They go for Blizzard. You get the crit, which does finish off the Vespiquen. All you have left is Starmie, which can be taken out with anything. So I would say Shelly did pretty good for their first game. Ever. Because I think just in general, they don't know much about Pokemon. Now we have Lead Galvantula versus Lead Jinx. Jinx, man, so many Jinxes missing Wealthy Kisses today. What the heck is happening? You go for Psychic. Bug Bite does not kill, but Jinx does get fully paralyzed, which is unfortunate. So now you go into Naganadel. Fire Blast misses. You paralyze Naganadel. This is just not going Weavo Resistance's way, unfortunately. Shelly doesn't know that Bug is super effective. Slash, though, does do some good damage. But I would imagine Bug Bite most likely would have killed off this Naganadel. Starmie definitely kills off the Naganadel. And now you have Alakazam. I'm assuming you're going to try to paralyze each other. Yes, you are. Yeah, we can hyper fast this. Looks like Shelly doesn't know, like, the meta yet with Psychic, which is fine. That's why we have these practice matches, to help them learn. The Starmie loses that. Go into Vespiquen, which used Rock Slide, which is unusual, but could work with stuff like Vespiquen exactly. Hyper Beam kills off Shelly's Tauros. All they have left is just one Rhydon versus the world. And they do get a crit, so Rhydon is taken out. And this is where we have the game with me. This is why I know for a fact that Myrox is using non-bug types now, which is great. You love to see it. I'm not sure why. I guess I assume that they didn't have any electric coverage. I was wrong. As you can see there, he definitely does. So I stay with Armaldo, go for another defend order, but then they're just the greatest player alive and they get a crit. Which Vespiquen would have struggled to survive anyways, but it's whatever. Rock Slide is a 2-hit KO, but they get another crit, so there goes my luck. But this Starmie does have served specifically for Armaldo. So now you go into Chansey. I switch back into Armaldo because I know this thing can't really hurt Armaldo for the most part. They have Zamazenta, so it's just the perfect counter for my Sword Stance user. I can't think of anything else, so I just go into Galvantula. I paralyze the Zamazenta. My plan is just to break its sub until I can eventually go for just Psychic. Hyper Beam does not do enough, so I take the opportunity to switch into Starmie. Psychic is still not enough. They go for Hyper Beam, gets a crit, but not enough to KO. So I heal with Recover. They have to recharge, so now I can just finish off the Zamazenta. And the Chansey is still annoying. I just go back into Armaldo because I haven't taken any damage. And thank God I did, since that Chansey did have Thunderbolt. I go for Sword Stance. And I can... pretty sure I can just take this thing out now. Which, especially since the Sword Stance boost with all the glitches and whatnot. They have Alakazam. And I checked the damage calc. They could have killed either way. But they needed the crit for a guaranteed KO. So I don't know if that's bad luck or not. We'll never know. But we do have a Starmie versus Alakazam. You guys have probably seen this a lot already. Switching to Galvantula. Bug Bite is enough to kill. Slash does decent damage. You have Tauros, which will finish off their team because they missed Hydro Pump. Like a loser. Like a loser! Okay. Now we have Cyber DJ versus Jythane again. And this is going to be another matchup we've seen a lot today. Chansey versus Galvantula. Not what I would have expected to see today, but here we are. Iron Hands will... okay, I should probably slow down now. We have Kadabra, because I think the main idea is that Alakazam's so nice, well, you can use Alakazam too. Yellow Dabra is definitely a name, though. And if anything's to be put to sleep, your Kadabra is definitely one of the best ones. Let's be real here. Okay, going into Iron Hands, just to take full advantage of just Jinx sleeping. You go in the Cloister. Earthquake does about nothing. Do you take this opportunity to... yeah, you let them go for Clamp first. And Alakazam can definitely handle that. Cloister... this might be a bit of switching out, so we'll do a little bit of skipping. Moltres gets the agility, which is huge. Alakazam kills the Moltres, but it's just between Alakazam and Vespiquen now, really. It looks like Alakazam wins that exchange. We have a mirror between the two, but whoever wins this, Vespiquen could just finish off. Okay, this is kind of risky. It looks like the crit there finished off. So, I think Cyber DJ does, in fact, win this. Okay, good game, though. Even though some of us kind of skipped. That's because, yeah, I'll just be straight up with you guys. I kind of need to go to the bathroom. But I feel like I can probably hold it long enough just to finish up these matches, though. So, we have a match between me. Okay, like, this is definitely something I remember. I'll just put it on fast. And at the start, I did better than I thought. I didn't realize that I woke up immediately. So this Gengar is paralyzed, so that's good. The crit also helps. Galvantula gets put to sleep, but I think that's fine. I stay in first just to see what the Gengar is going to do. It just goes for Psychic. So that means it doesn't have Poison Jab. Alakazam can very easily revenge kill this Gengar. They go for Jolteon. I switch into Iron Hands. We can just block Jolteon super easily. They have Salamence. I'm kind of scared. I go into Tauros because Blizzard is a guaranteed KO. But it's going to be hard to switch into that. And Galvantula here. This gets revenge killed. Not a big deal. But the Sneasler with Sword Stance absolutely is. I go into Iron Hands. Iron Hands is fully paralyzed. That's scary. They're trying to go for Paralaflinch. Definitely not something you want to see. But luckily, I do manage to hit. And he does manage to survive, but I get full paralysis. So now it's just looking really bad. But luckily, I have the Gonadil. It handles the Sneasler. They go into Jolteon. I switch to Chansey, just so Chansey can get paralyzed. They have Vespiquen, which definitely is not what I want to see. And we're going to ignore what was said in chat. I have the Gonadil. I use Fire Blast, but I think it's fine just to go for Dragon Pulse. Wasn't enough. Earthquake gets the crit, finishes off in the Gonadil. I still have Tauros, which can revenge kill. They have Jolteon, I have Alakazam, which, yeah, it's not the best. A Psychic there. I don't know why I did this. I switched, which just lost me the game. I should have just let the Alakazam die, but I just didn't feel good about Jolteon versus Tauros, in all honesty. We have 2 more matches left. Funny Gaming versus G. That's what they said I should just call them. Alakazam versus Starmie. We'll just skip this a little bit. It's still what you expect. Looks like we have some more switching with each other. We'll see how long this goes for. Armaldo, it's probably safe to switch right about... I don't know, actually. But so far, it seems like it's pretty even between these two. We'll just go back to normal right now. It's Starmie versus Alakazam. And obviously, this Starmie is doing a lot better. Armaldo switches in. They go to Starmie. If it has Surf, that Armaldo could be in danger. Looks like it didn't. Very good to know for later. They have Alakazam, but you just go for Recover. They go back into Armaldo. Bug Bite could do a lot of damage here. A crit is annoying. But Bug Bite is not enough to kill. But now the Alakazam needs to choose what it wants to do. You have your own Alakazam, which can definitely finish off the other Alakazam. Seismic Toss also just does decent damage around the board. Starmie gets sent in. Exeggutor goes for Explosion. Just so you can go into the Haxorus, get the kill. Okay, I like it. Annihilate could be dangerous, but... or more so annoying, I think is a better word. Going for Earthquake, it's a 2-hit KO. Earthquake, on the other hand, is not. Or Annihilate. You go into Alakazam, can definitely finish off this Haxorus. You just finish off and sack your own Alakazam, obviously. You go into Golisopod. Bug Bite could definitely do a lot of damage there. Or you go for Surf, predicting a switch in. That's good. That's probably the thing that can do the most amount of chip to you. Surf, I think. So now you go for Earthquake. It's not enough. But at this point, Starmie is looking very threatening. You go into Alakazam. You don't switch into Golisopod, at least not yet. You paralyze the Alakazam. That's definitely big. Wizard misses. You should probably just go into Golisopod here, in my opinion. But it's still not bad. It's probably still going G's way either way, I would have to say. Okay, we're putting this back on Hyperfast, so something happens. But still, these have been some pretty good replays so far, in my opinion. But seriously, just go into Golisopod. It'll be so much easier for you. A Starmie gets taken out, you go into Golisopod. Bug Bite isn't enough, we do kill. We have Bug Bite versus the Gonadel, and the Golisopod does in fact win. This is why I think Golisopod is pretty cool, and why it's not that bad. One last replay, and then... oh wait, no, I forgot. This is just a team builder. So that's actually it. So thank y'all for watching then. These replays are still a lot of fun to react to, even if it's kind of hard. But I think with each one, I am getting better when it comes to my voice. I think I'm slowly training myself, which is good. I promise once we get to the actual tournament, the replays and reactions will be a lot slower though. But until then, be sure to participate in the tournament yourself. Thank you all for watching. This is Groundback, and until next time, I look forward to hearing from you.